Hello, and thank you for joining me. So today I thought I would go ahead and pour the Let's Resin Skull mold. Now I know I've done this a few times. I really like this mold, and I thought it would be a nice change of pace. I have so many ideas for this particular mold. It's just I don't want to continue to do the same mold over and over again. Now this is the Let's Resin Large Skull mold. They do sell this individually, but they also sell it with the 4 little skull molds. And they have very high quality molds that I love. And I will put a link to some of the products that I use in the description box below. But today I kind of want to get into the, I guess you would call it macabre, creepy. Yeah, I would call it a little creepy and macabre. So what I want to do today, now this mold does take approximately 320 milliliters of resin. But what I want to do today, let me scooch this back. I purchased these spiders around Halloween time, way back. I mean, my very first video, I was showing the 4 different spheres that I made with the skull, and when I ran out of the skull, I ran out to buy or to find another skull, and I happened to pick these up at the same time, so I've had them a while. I do know that I've put a couple of them in a sphere, and they do look creepy. So let me see if I can get this to where you can see it, and I will do this skull probably in 3 pours, and I may save just a little bit of room to dome it because I have found that I can struggle with the doming, especially on this, if things float. Now I have taken one of the spiders and I just used the red acrylic paint pen to try to make it look like a black widow. But before I do anything, let me turn this back over. If you can see this flat spot, I want to kind of mark an X there because I want to put the black widow in first, and I kind of want to center it. So let me see if I can kind of get a center mark here. Like an X marks the spot. And that just makes it a little bit easier for me to see when I place the spider in there. And I'm not going to suspend any of these. I'm just going to kind of do them like I did when I put the plastic skeleton pieces in here, and just sort of try to layer them and hope it comes out as good as that one. I loved that that end result in that particular skull. Now, if you haven't seen the video, I will link it below. And I think I actually called it Large Skull Mold, my best piece yet, or something along those lines. But I will put a link to that in the description below. So let me go ahead and get this resin poured down my stick. And I've mixed 100 milliliters here. And then I'm going to strategically place these spiders in hopes to not get the same colors next to each other. Like I don't want 2 greens by each other or 2 blues by each other, but we'll see what happens with that. Let me go ahead and get this last little bit scraped in here, and we will start placing these. And I don't know, I don't think they float, but they may. I can't recall. It's been a minute since I've worked with the spiders. I've only done a couple of things with them. So let me get this in here. And I want every last little drop because it all counts. And forgive me for having my hand in your way. I just wanted to make sure I could place this skull where you could see it. Now let me set that down. And I see some bubbles. So let me give it a little spray with some alcohol to try and get rid of those bubbles. And I'm going to let that set for a second before I put the spiders in. But I do want to start with this one. And I think I actually want to face it this way. And hopefully I can get it on that X. And then I'm just going to try to strategically place some of these. And again, because I don't want to see a flat spot, I'm going to try to make sure some of them are sticking up out of the resin. And then I will wait about 3 hours, possibly 4. 3 seems to be the best for me. And then do another pour and add some more spiders. That'll allow it to be thick enough that my spiders shouldn't sink into the layer below, and it should help to avoid pore lines. That's not always the case, but I'm hoping. And I don't know, I hope these don't bubble too much. I know that when I placed, I think it was a blue one, and I don't remember which one it was, in some resin, it got like big dots by the eyes, bubbles, but it actually looked kind of cool to me. So let's go ahead and see if I can't get this one. I'm just going to drop it in like that, grab my dotting tool, and I'm actually going to wiggle it around a little bit because I kind of don't want bubbles. I don't know if you can see that big bubble coming up or not. But I'm going to try to place that on my X. Let me get something to clean this off with and start thinking about how I want to put these other spiders. I have just one, I have 2 yellow, I have 1 red, and I'm thinking the red, oh, it's a pretty big red one too. I'm going to put it in the back, I think. And I am going to try real hard to make sure that my spiders are facing outward, because I want to see the outside of the spider, not the inside or not the underneath. Let me see what this one's going to do here. And I don't want that one moving off center. This may be a little trickier than I expected. And I will give you a peek, see down here when I'm done with this part. And I know that these spiders will magnify, which really makes them look cool. Let's see. I think I want to put a blue one over here. And it may not take as many as I was anticipating, but I have several here that I can use. My little black one and my yellow one aren't cooperating. Let me see. I have a blue, a yellow, a green, a black. And that's a light green. This is a darker green. I'm trying to figure out what do I want to face out. And this black one's a little bit different. It's got some really cool looking legs on it. And then yeah, I think I should maybe not have them all in the same direction. Try to make them look like they're like crawling all over in there. But that will put 2 black by each other. But they are different because of their legs. Got some bubbles going. And let's see here. I don't remember what the body of that other blue one looked like. I'm going to stick this one in here. And I don't know why I decided it's time to do something creepy macabre, but it has been a while since I've poured this particular mold. I'm thinking maybe just a couple more. Oops, he flipped the wrong way. And yeah, I need to flip them sideways or something. I don't want them all in the same direction. I'm losing my black one in the center. These are swimming around, y'all. See if I can't get that black one back where I want it at. And I kind of want some sticking out because I don't want it to just look layered in here, even though the resin will be layered. And it looks like I may have to babysit this one in the center. It's swimming all over the place. And I will. I'll babysit it. All right, I'm going to see if I can't give you a peek down there and see what's going on so far. Let me get the sticky off my gloves. And I don't know how well you can see, especially with the reflection of the light. But I do have some kind of placed outside of the resin. I don't mean to make you dizzy with the camera. But that's what's going on right now. I'm going to go ahead and let this set for a few hours. I'm definitely going to babysit the one that I want in the center. That one and the green one by it, because it just keeps wanting to do stuff I don't want it to do. So I'll just keep babysitting that, and then I'll come back when it's time to do another pour and to place some more spiders. So I will see you shortly. Now, before we do this next pour, I just want to point out this area right here. I mean, you can see how there's a big blank spot. So I think what I want to do for sure is put a spider upside down so that when you're looking from the top, there'll be more depth. So I definitely want to do that. And it has been 3 hours. Let me go ahead, and I turned all the spiders right side up so I could see the tops of them. Let me go ahead and get the resin poured. Try and pour it down my stick to help decrease the possibility of bubbles. And again, I apologize for my hand being in your way. Let me see if I can get all of that in there. And so much for pouring down the stick, right? Scrape every last little bit. Don't want to waste any of it. And y'all, some projects excite me more than others. I'm excited about this. I really want it to turn out looking super cool. And yet at the same time, as with every project, I have that little voice inside of me. Maybe it's insecurity, fearing that it may just be a flop. I don't know if I'm the only one like that or if there's others like that out there. If so, let me know in the comments below. Okay, I'm going to give it a little spray because I do see some bubbles. So let's get a little alcohol in there. I'm always worried about spraying too much alcohol too. And even though like right over here, it looks like there's a yellow spider, that one was actually the one that was kind of like an orangish red on top. So I have not put a yellow one in here. So I think that's what I'm going to put like right in here. Maybe, I mean, there's two different, I mean, they're the same and different, but I like the one that's got the darker face. So I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to let it swim around a little bit because I kind of don't want any bubbles, if at all possible. And yeah, I think I want that one right there. That way it takes care of that blank spot, and maybe it'll create something really cool when you're looking at it from the top. Now, let me see here. I'm also trying to think ahead of, well, I may even have to put it in now, what spider I want like right by the mouth. But before I go any further, I almost forgot. I know that these little cheeks, or cheekbones, they like to get bubbles in them. So I want to give it some thumps and some pinches, some taps. I really don't want any bubbles, or very few if I have to have any. Okay. Now, I need to start thinking about what I want here. Now, I like the way this one looks. However, I already have one just like that in there. And I have 3 different blue ones in there already. And these are just sort of plain. I may put those on the very bottom if I use them at all. So I think, because I don't have a dark green one, this is dark green and blue. Oh, it may not even fit up there. Let me see if I can find one that's going to fit up there. Oh, it's going to be a green one, y'all, because it fits. A light green one. Okay, let's see what else we want to do, because I definitely want some sticking up. I want them just look like they're crawling all over this piece. I don't want to use another yellow one because I just did that. Let's see here. I have enough blue. I need to use one of these dark greens. I haven't done that yet, so let me stick my glove in there. Let me see if I can't get that sort of slanted right there. And again, I mixed another 100 milliliters. And here's another dark green one. And I guess with the little dots, it looks like it might be lethal or just completely harmless. I just want to make sure that it doesn't mess with that yellow one too much. I really want that yellow one right there. But I also feel like I need to stick one up here, here, and here. I have a blue one already back there. I don't think I have a black one back there. So maybe we'll stick the black one back there and see if it'll stay upright for me. It may be another one of those I have to babysit, and that's if I can get it into place. It doesn't want to cooperate. Maybe like that. Let me fix my yellow one again. And then I'm thinking on this last little bit that I pour, I don't know which way I'm going to turn the spiders. I don't know yet. Haven't figured that much out yet. All right, I want something over here. I haven't, this is the only one like this I have. Maybe I'll do it this way. Oh, got to fix my one up front. I really want that one up by the teeth. And it looks like my black one fell. Darn. Yeah, y'all, they're falling all over the place. Okay, I guess we're going to stay right there, I guess. This one fell over. Oh, they're just falling and falling and falling. Maybe if that's what they want to do, maybe that's what I do. I really want them up like that. So maybe I can stick one that's something in there to keep them up like that. And I'll even turn this one this way, hoping actually that it holds those into place. Still feel like I need something over here. Oh boy, which one? Which one? Let's just see if that'll sit there. Oh, that black one just keeps falling over. Don't want it to fall over. So yeah, I may have to play with these for a little while. And then what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and again wait 3 hours and do, it may be the last pour. But I still kind of want, even on that last one, see if I can't put some spiders in on this bottom side, because we kind of want them throughout the piece. But yeah, I'll probably have to wrestle with these for a little bit and hope to not introduce too many bubbles. And there it looks like I have two of the same color by each other. Let me see if I can just get my tweezers, pull this little guy out for a second, get this little guy back where I want him. Which is back there, and then put this one over here. But I got to make sure that it's down below this and that one is not. There we go. All right, well, I will fiddle fart with these for a little bit, and I will set a timer for 3 hours, and then we'll be back to do hopefully the last pour. If it's not the last pour, I'm fine with having a little bit to dome with later. So I will see you shortly. Okay, now I fought with those spiders until I got tired of fighting with them. So some of them fell over back there, but let's go ahead and see if we can't get this finished off. I'm just going to pour a little bit of this resin in, maybe half of it. And see how much room I have. Maybe a little bit more. I'm going to stop there. Try to strategically place some of these. I know I have a blank spot back here that I really do want to fill. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I can get this yellow one in and down, because I can't have it sticking up above. But I'm going to see if I can't kind of stick it to the side there so that this other one will actually hold it up. And I may do that right here too, because I need some here as well. So let me take one of these really big ones. I honestly think I want it pointed this way. That way, if you do flip the piece over, you'll have some spiders over there too. I want definitely, there's still plenty of room. I'm going to go ahead and add a little more resin. And yeah, it's ended up taking more spiders than I expected. And the reason I'm adding a little bit at a time is I'm learning that doing this, sometimes they'll float and it gives me fits. Fits that I don't want to have to deal with, actually, if I can avoid it. See if I can't just position that over there. Oh, and see, but I have to be careful. I don't want that yellow one above. I do not want it sticking out of the piece. Appears to be underneath. Let me grab a popsicle stick just to make sure. Yeah, it appears to be underneath. And let's see, maybe, just add a couple more. Let's do this one. It's going to fit in there, maybe sideways. It's not going to fit in there the other way, but it'll fit sideways. And let's see if we can put this one. That'll kind of cover that one. I don't know if I like the way that looks. I think that's about the way it's going to have to go, is sideways, because this is a small area here. But I'm thinking I want something there. What if I turn it this way? No, not. I don't know. Let's see if we can make him fit. Let's see if we can help him down there. Yeah, like that. Those are all lower than the. So it looks like I'm going to have two left. And I do have room. I'm going to go ahead and pour the rest of this resin and hope that I don't have to fight with floating spiders. But this looks like it's going to be enough to dome it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me see what I have there. It's pretty full. Let me see if I can put a little bit more in. I definitely don't want it to overflow. Looks like it has maybe a little tiny bit more room. Don't want to go overboard. All right, I think I better stop there. Let me go ahead and give it a spray with some alcohol. All right, y'all. I guess we will see in 24 hours. One, if it turned out. Two, how well it turned out. I'm hoping to make it a really, I don't know, creepy thing. Okay, well, I will see you in 24 hours for the unmolding. It is time for the unmolding. And before I do it, I want to show y'all. I mean, I watched this thing until I thought it was safe. And I don't know if you can see, but that little yellow spider, one of the little legs is just slightly above. I'm sure it'll be enough above that I might have to sand it off or something so that this thing will sit. But let's go ahead and unmold it and see what we have. Really hope that it turns out well. I do have some Humpty Doos that I'll have to deal with, but I've learned to do that. Like there's a little bit of over pour there, but I've learned to do that right after unmolding because it's just easier. I'm going to see if I can't get some air down in this mold and pull it off and hope for the best. It's getting there. Let's turn this back around and see what we have. Wow. I'm not too sure how I feel about it. Ooh, that spider's really cool. Oh, nice. No bubbles in the cheekbones. No bubbles that I can see in the socket area. There's the little. I may have put too many spiders in it. I'm not sure. I mean, it looks cool. It does look cool. It's definitely different. Let me see here. Yeah, I will have to sand that off because it's making it unlevel. I don't think it's bad. I mean, look, I mean, there's not a whole bunch of bubbles in it. It's not exactly what I was going for, but at the same time, it's pretty cool. And I like that Black Widow looking, sort of looking spider up there. So that is what the end result. Let me see if I can get that up there to where the light is not too bright on it so that you can see it. There's the back. It's not bad. It's certainly different, right? Little creepy. Oh, that spider right there. That really looks cool. And if you look up in here, that looks cool. Well, let me know what you think in the comments below. I do want to thank you for watching and ask you to consider hitting the like, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe buttons. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time. Thanks.